Well, good evening, everyone. This is Tom here. I'll be your host tonight for Cab Crew Wednesday. Hope you all can hear me, and I hope everybody's all ready for Thanksgiving. And I want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. I guess the first person in here was Sladen, Peterbilt, 389 rail fan. John Benicki came in next. How you doing, John? Good to see you here. Heath is next. How you doing, Heath? Yes, I am doing the stream tonight. And then let's see, Todd Armstrong's here. How you doing, Todd? Glad you can make it in. And Otter Creek and Rio Grande is here. Glad to see you in here. Hope you all can hear me good. If you give me a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. And Lynn McCarty's here. Hey, Lynn, how you doing? Dwight, Curly Express is here. How you doing, Dwight? Glad to see you all here. Guys can hear me, let me know. Okay, thanks, John. Appreciate it. No trains are running tonight. I've been doing a lot of ballasting on my tracks and just letting it dry real good before I go to the next section. And then I have to clean off the tracks in case it got any Mod Podge on there. Hey, Ron Moen, glad to see you in here. So, yeah, it's been busy week. Been on vacation all week and getting ready for Thanksgiving Day. Going out to my daughter's then. So, I'll be at my daughter's house for Thanksgiving Day. So what I've been doing is a lot of stuff with my 3D printers. This here is a heat box. And what it does is you put the filament inside, you open this up, and you stick a roll of film in here, you close the lid, then this panel lights up, you push the on button, and then it runs for like like a couple hours, and then it heats up the filament. And you wouldn't believe how much moisture the filaments suck in. So I did a video a while back on how I keep the let's see, maybe I can do that. There you go. And how we keep the filament dry. And if I take the camera and shine it over there, you'll see on the floor there's all my filament boxes that I made. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 12 there's 18 boxes there, 3 rows high, 6 across, and so there's 18 there. Back there are the printers, and so they go in the closet. I just took them out to make it easier to show you guys all those things that I made, and that keeps the filament. That keeps the filament from getting wet. And each one of those containers has one of these devices in them. It tells you the humidity and the temperature, and all of them right now are in the low 20s of humidity, so which isn't bad. So not much moisture in the air. So, hey James, glad to see you in here. Yeah, John, I have four 3D printers. 2 are resin and 2 are filament. The one behind me is my Viper, and it had a holder for the filament, and the filament was always exposed, and I didn't like leaving it on there, and it was hard to change it all the time and everything. So what I did was I made these devices. This is another container. I'll take it apart and I'll show you. Okay, this is 3D printed, and the filament goes on there, and then it'll spin on the rollers. Then that goes on the lid of those cereal container boxes. So that goes, let's see, your camera's over here. That goes in like that. But what I want to show you is this is a decedent holder. So I pour this orange decedent in here. And what this does is when it gets full of moisture, it turns green. Then you can take it out, put it in your microwave, heat it up for a little while, and then it'll regenerate itself, and then you can use it again. So that goes, screws onto the cap that's on there. You throw the cap that comes with it away, and then you put this cap on, and it's on there nice and good. And then this goes inside there, like so. Oops, not showing it, like so. And then on the container, you have I gotta get that off. Okay, that's a PTFE tube nut, and the filament comes out through there, and that's a wing nut. That inside there, that wing nut, it's white. It's hard to see on the screen, but that's a wing nut that screws onto the PTFE nut, and the filament goes through there. It comes out, and this is a cap. So when you take the filament out of the machine, you put that in here, and then that'll keep this airtight. And then on the other side, we have a meter that tells you how much humidity and the temperature is. And then that just, with the filament inside, you put that down on top of there, and you close and bingo, you have a container. The filament can come out, and you can hook this up to any printer, filament printer you want. So that's what I've been working on. The other thing is that I just found out is a lot of companies got on the bandwagon of economizing these rolls, and they made them out of cardboard. Well, the problem with cardboard is the edges break, then they start to fray, and then that starts getting into your, hey, Papa John, hey, Mike from Trackside, how you doing? And then that gets into your printer and makes a big mess and everything. So these are not really good to use unless you have an external mount somewhere. But in my Bamboo Labs A1, I have a AMS system, and these are all inside. So these would start to break up. So I have a file that I got that makes these spools. One is just the ring, and then it interlocks, and the other part is the bottom part with the middle inside there. And then you can even buy filament now, not even on a spool. You can take that, put it on the spool, cover it, lock it in place, and now you have another spool of filament. So I'm going to replace all my cardboard spools with the plastic ones that I make. But I had to order a special filament. It's called PC. Papa Charlie filament, and that will withstand the heat from this device. So if you put the filament in, if you were to put like a PL, if you would have made these spools out of PLA, for example, and you put them in here, you'd have to set this for at a real low temperature, and then it would take a lot longer to heat up your filament. So the PC filament can withstand higher temperatures and stuff like that. So, hey Sparky, is Sparky here? How you doing? I didn't see him pop in, but I see his name being mentioned. And Charlie Ware. So that's another project. The filament won't be here until Sunday because of the holiday. So that's what's going to be happening there. And on the track here, these are what's called aggregated well cars. That means they're interconnected. And this was my first attempt at making well cars. And unfortunately, the designer of this well car didn't make the pins that connect the two together long enough. So when these go around the corner, even on a 22 or a 24 corner, they bind and then they derail. I even changed the wheels and the trucks on these, and they still derailed. So I said, I bought a bunch of well cars in the past, and I think they're Walters or I don't know, they're TTXs, and I have some single well cars, and then there's the aggregated ones, and the aggregated ones that they make, they have a tiny pin that interconnect the ones, and then the ones on the ends have the couplers on it so you can connect it to a part of the train. So that little tiny pin, I found out that problem when I added more another section to my third level. It came down a little bit, and I think there was a dip or something. I don't know what it is. I couldn't figure it out. But all of a sudden, the cars was uncoupled, and then they're metal, those TTX ones. So when they land on the track, it shorts out the track, and then I 3D printed a pin to put on the pin that they made, and then that snapped off. So I said, I took my single ones and hooked up to the train on the third level, and I ran that around, and they ran perfectly. So I said, okay, now I'm going to make individual well cars. A couple are on the front and the back, and then they'll be able to connect. So I found this one and got it up there, and I ran it, and it started derailing. And I go, what the heck's going on? And then I found that what was happening is I put these 40-foot container cars in here, like so. And this was going like this. This was wobbling like this, so the top one would fall off. I even put double back tape on here to try and keep it on, but it's hard to stick with the ridges there. So I said, okay, I took them out, redesigned the container to fit inside this length. That goes in there. What I have holding the trucks on to the car are these, I'll get a big one so you can see it, these 2-56 screws. These guys, they're thin. Well, the hole in the truck is a little bit bigger than the 256 screw. So that's what was causing it to tip from side to side. So then I had some M3 screws and I put that in through the hole, and the threads hit the side. So now I ordered some M3, M4 self-tapping screws, and then I can adjust them as I go. And then that'll be, hey, Papa John, how you doing? Then that'll be to help the wheels stay on and the car won't rock side to side. But when I made this long container, the wheels wouldn't turn because it was hitting underneath. Hey Floyd, how you doing? Hey Plumber, how you doing? Glad to see you in here. The was hitting the side here, and so then what I made, I took some placket card and I laid that inside there with a little bit beefed up on each end like that, and then it wouldn't hit the wheels. So I got adjustments away. Daryl's in the basement. I'm going to bring him up in a minute. So so those well cars are going to make the train, won't come off the track once I get the screw in there, and hopefully we'll see that. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to bring up Mr. Daryl now. Hey Daryl, how you doing? I can't hear you. Oh, you're muted. Let me unmute you. Unmute. I can't unmute you. Why can't I unmute you? Let's see. You're muted, Daryl.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, now I can hear you.
Yeah, let me go back up to settings. I accidentally unplugged my microphone. So
Yeah.
I got to go back into settings and make sure. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, it's always something different, right? I think everybody can hear you. It's the mustache. Yeah.
Huh, that's weird. I'm not seeing my microphone. I mean, can everybody hear me just fine?
I can hear you good. I don't know if everybody else can.
Okay. All right. I don't know what the deal is. I lost my microphone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what the heck's going on here.
Hey Rusty, how you doing? So
Go ahead,
if anybody out there can hear, yeah, Plumber says he can hear you loud and clear.
Oh, okay. Just go ahead and go. I got to figure what happened here.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe you just click something, that's usually what happens. So today I was working with my X-Acto knife, this guy here, which is the #1 knife, and I lost the cap. And I go, what the hell? Where'd the cap go? I can't find it anywhere. I looked all over the place for it. So what I did was 3D printed a cap. And that's what it looks like. So anybody needs that, let me know. I can send them a file or print it for you. But and those caps that you get with the X-Acto knives, they also break a lot of times. The tabs break and then they don't stay on real good. So then I said, okay, I got one for my X11 knife, and that comes off, and then this goes in there like that. And then this is the 17 blade one. That's that flat blade. I use that for going in and taking off the rungs on the railroad ties in case if I want to get the whatchamacallit, the joiner slid back far enough so I can take a piece of track out. That's what the X11 is used for. So, and then what I'm doing on the layout is since I made all those garbage trucks, I'm going to make a garbage dump. And right now I'm printing all my garbage bags. They're hard to see, they're tiny, but they're garbage bags. The first time I printed the garbage bags, they were in gray resin. And then I had to paint them white and blue. So I got the different colored resins now, and I'll just paint them the color I need so I don't have to paint these things. So I printed a whole bunch of these for the garbage dump. And then I got a, what do I got coming from Train World? Where's my layout section here? Garbage dump. I got a shredder kit coming. I ordered it. It's a Fuller 130186 HO shredder kit. And it's a shredding mechanism. It shreds up the garbage and stuff. So I get that building up there in the garbage dump, and they'll put some fence around it and stuff like that. And it'll be pretty good. I didn't see it, or would it fell off this chair? Guys.
Sorry, I'm still monkeying around.
Yeah, no worries at all. And so that's what I've been doing, and a lot of printing and getting things detailed on the layout, and then getting the track cleaned and ballast the track that I haven't been ballast in a long time. So it's time to get it ballast, and so it's stabilized.
Okay. Found it. Got it. You can hear me just fine?
Yeah, I can hear you good.
All right.
Yeah,
all right. So, sorry about that, everybody. Hello, my name's D-Rail Daryl, and this is my face. What's everybody doing for Thanksgiving?
I told everybody I was going to my daughter's house tomorrow. She's a 2-hour drive. Yeah, it's a 2-hour drive. So gonna be spending time with the family tomorrow.
Yeah, the same here. Gonna eat lots of food.
Yeah, eat a lot of food and see my grandkids and stuff like that. So
I weighed myself before I left work. So I will weigh myself when I get back to work Friday morning. I'm not going to work Friday morning, but I got to go in and feed the cats. So
yeah, well, I saw a funny video today. It said, make sure you turn your scales back 15 pounds before Thanksgiving Day.
Yeah, you know what? I've done a few cruises in my time, and they've always said, weigh yourself before you get on a cruise ship. So, right. Believe it or not, I mean, the last few times I was on a cruise ship, I gained like anywhere between 10, 11, 12 pounds. No lie.
Well, all you do is eat. They give you so much food.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of food. So I mean,
hello, Alfonso, how you doing? Hey, Possum, how you doing?
Trackside Mike, why would you weigh yourself? Just for
the hell of it.
It's just just to see how much food I actually ate. You know,
And just, hey, you know, it's been very cold there. Yeah, well, that's what you get for living in Colorado.
Yeah, we got a lot of snow up north. I mean,
Yeah,
a
I bet.
lot of snow up north in California. I mean, they didn't get inches. They got feet. I mean, a lot of snow got dumped up there.
Right.
That's good. It can stay up north for all I care.
Well, then you get snow on your mountains behind you.
Yeah, yeah, we usually do. Yeah, yeah, we usually get snow on our mountains behind us, and I'm probably
I'm
within
talking
10.
about the ones that you're sitting in front of.
Oh, those? Oh, no. No, that's that. Well, if I ever decide to really finish it, I mean, as far as greenery goes, I don't know. I might add some snow at the top, but
Yeah,
I don't know. I like it. I like it desert bare as just as it is.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
damn it. Yeah, I was
Yeah, he's
monkeying
close.
around with stuff while you were talking, and
Uh-huh.
um, I lost a screw out of the damn microphone. So, but that's okay. I got the microphone back up and running. So this is
There
what
you go. That's
happens.
all. That's
Yeah,
all that matters. Well, you'll
yeah.
find
I'm
out what
telling
that
you.
screw's for, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you ever go live, get yourself ready, get everything
Right,
in order, and don't touch anything. Period,
right.
because it can screw everything up.
Yeah. Well, I always start my stream. I always start the stream yard at like 7:30, half an hour before, just to make sure I can get on it and everything, and then I go live like 15 minutes ahead of time, and then I start just waiting until it's time.
Yeah,
And I never had a problem doing it that way. But I don't monkey around with anything on my computer.
yeah, yeah. I saw just before you went live. I mean, you got a lot of cameras going on there.
Yeah, yeah,
That's a lot of
yeah.
cameras, brother.
Yeah, that's one, two, three, four, five, six cameras. They're all IP cameras. They're connected with an Ethernet cable.
Yeah, today I had partial day, so and I made sure I had half day off. I was greeted with a text from my wife, and please listen to the video. And she showed me a picture of the bathroom, the kids bathroom, and I played the video, and it was like this horrible noise coming from the shower. And I told her, okay, I'm going to be home in a few minutes. Um, so I played plumber when I got home today. So just luckily, I always carry a spare of valves for the shower heads, because for some unknown reason, um, I just go through them like every couple of years. So
Right.
it took me about an hour to pull out the stems and replace them. And now the shower's back in business again. Now,
There you go.
you know, not everybody can do that. And I
No.
realize that, because, if I was to call somebody on the day before Thanksgiving at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, that would
They,
be
they would
a
laugh at
very
you.
well, not only would they laugh at me, oh, sure, we can come out. It's going to cost you an emergency fee. And
Right. Yeah.
so,
You pay through the
yeah.
nose.
So, I'm like, jack of all trades, master of none.
Well, when you
So,
have a
but
house, you have to be. If you're not,
well,
you're in big trouble.
yeah, no, you really do, because if you had to pay somebody to come in and fix everything, it would be a very expensive. It'd be very expensive, especially if you're living in an older home.
Right. And like a lot of people don't realize, but the only thing you can't do is dig up the utilities, because that you need a backhoe, and not everybody has access to a backhoe. So
Yeah, you know what, plumber, you could be right. That's probably what it is, because Steven, more than anything, what it does is the rubber on the end of the stem is like all eaten up, and part of
oh,
yeah. So Yeah. So
Do you have a water softener in your house?
no, I probably should get a water softener in my house.
Yeah, you should, because the hard water does that.
Yeah.
You can test the alkalinity of the water. You get a water tester, and then you can test the water to see what your alkalinity is, and then you'll
Yeah.
know if you have
Yeah.
hard or soft water.
Yeah. I don't
Yeah,
drink
because
anything off.
I had an electric hot water heater,
Yeah.
and after about 3 years, all of a sudden we weren't getting hot water. I go, what the heck's going on? And then my dad came up, and then we took the element out of the hot water heater, and it was all caked. It looked like it was there for 100 years. And so we had to buy new elements, put it in, and then it worked. And then we decided to get a water softener put in to soften the water, because I had well water,
Okay.
and it wasn't city water; it was well water. So it's kind of weird that if you have city water, you'd have hard water, because they're supposed to make sure that it's not hard. And but still, yeah, I still would check it to see if you have hard water. If you have hard water, then you're going to run into those kind of things with those rubber items on your filters.
Okay, Steven. Yeah. I mean, yeah. But I don't drink from the faucet anyways.
No, I never
Oh,
do
hell
either.
no. No,
No,
I don't
mine
drink
goes.
from the faucet.
I got a water filtration thing that I use. That's what I do.
No, no.
I refuse to buy water because I don't know what you're getting when you buy the water either. So I just take it out of the sink, put it in my filtration system, and I got a green light. I'm good to go.
Yeah, now Possum Bayou, Rusty. Now I have aquarium. I have an aquarium myself, but I have reverse. It's in my office, but I have a reverse osmosis, and
Right.
but that is for my reef aquarium in my office. So I know a little bit about the water quality, especially now. If you're just doing regular fish tanks, it's generally fine, but
Right.
yeah.
You got some fancy fish, I call them. Then you're
Well,
gonna need
yeah,
special water. Yeah.
yeah,
Right.
yeah, yeah. So yeah.
It's colder out. It's colder out of the toilet tank.
Todd Todd Armstrong, I just got it. It's cooler out of the toilet tank.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sure is. Yeah, no, I don't let my I look, I try not to let my dog drink out of the freaking toilet, because when he's done licking the toilet, he comes over and sees me and he wants to give me a big kiss.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's what you
Yeah,
need,
I'm like,
right?
hell no, get away
Yeah,
from me.
my dog never has drank out of the bathroom toilet seat in a toilet at all. He has water in his bowl, and that's where he goes.
So Rusty said he has 3 aquariums. Yeah.
3 aquariums. That's
Yeah.
nice.
I can tell you, the aquarium business is kind of like the model railroading stuff. You can get really involved in fish tank business, or owning a fish tank. You can get really involved in this stuff.
Yeah. But
Which
now,
which one's more expensive? Well, that depends.
right.
My reef tank is very expensive. Very, very expensive. It's the first expensive to start up, but once you've got all the right stuff, then
Then,
comes the other cost.
yeah, the cost of buying fish all the time.
Well, fish, corals, watching them grow, the water changes. You've got to test the water quality, and yeah, it's a never ending battle. And I've been neglecting my tank at my office, and it's showing the effect of me not paying attention to it.
Right.
So
Yeah. No, it's just like everything else. You have to maintain things. You can't just let them
yeah,
go.
yeah.
It'd be
Well,
nice if you could self cleaning, self this, self that, but not everything is does like that. Yeah. Now with the 3D printing world, you could probably 3D print all the stuff you need for a fish tank. I can imagine.
I probably, but here's the thing. I listen to everybody about their 3D printers, and I myself have never come into anything that I need to 3D print. Now, if I
Right.
needed somebody to did their 3D print for me, I've got you,
People.
Thomas. I've got, yeah, so what? It has to go across the United States, but I'm sure it'd be well worth the wait. And that's just how I see it. And besides, I can't keep a printer out here in the garage.
No.
And my wife says, I know how to use a 3D printer. Why don't you get one? I go, it's got to go in the living room or the dining room. She goes, oh, hell no. There you go.
Yeah, in the garage it gets too hot, right? That would be
Well,
not
it's
good.
also dusty. I mean, my
Yeah.
layout is trashed. I mean, it is completely trashed of dust. I mean, it's really, really bad. And I keep looking at it and I don't even know where to start. That's
Well,
why there's no trains running because
but they got enclosures that you put the 3D printer inside,
well,
and
this
then
is true.
that'll keep it from getting dusty and stuff. So I put one on my A1, but then I decided to do something different, so I had to take it off. So
No, Mike. No, Mike. Thank you, brother. I'm glad I'm glad you caught that. No, I didn't. You know what? James said the same thing. Oh, hey, D-Roll's back to running trains. No, that was an older video that I took and clipped and remastered. That was from like a couple years ago. And why I was at the ICU hospital yesterday with my mom for my aunt because she's dying of cancer. I just decided to pull up a video and see if I could recut it, remaster it. It took me a while to figure it out, but oh, had me fooled, son. Yeah, no, that is an older video, like 2 years ago, and yeah, no, I just yeah, thank you, John. Yeah, she's got probably 24 to 48 hours to live. And
really,
it can't, yeah, this is the ant that moved from Florida to California. And God, why would you move from Florida to California? I have no idea.
to be close to family.
Yeah. Thank you, Todd. Thank you, Mike. Yeah, that's why I wasn't on Crooked Dave's last night because, I texted him early, say, hey, brother, there's just no way I'm gonna be, anywhere near a phone, so and I drove my mom because, my mom was a wreck. She couldn't drive, period.
That's your
So
mom's sister, right?
my mom's sister, my mom's youngest sister. My mom just turned 80.
Okay.
Yeah, so she's like in her early 70s.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah, so all of a sudden I just decided to go live for Cab Crew and I decided to put out a video because I don't know what it was. I mean, I think it's been over a year since I even put out a video.
Yeah, because I haven't gotten a notification from you at all, and then I saw you were on Cab Crew Wednesday a week
Yeah,
ago.
and
I
I
go,
don't
wait a minute,
know.
what time
Yeah,
did you come on? Because I was looking and
I
I
don't
didn't
know if
see
that was
anything
a
on.
fluke. Look, I'm like everybody else. You know what? All of us go through things in life and through time in life, and sometimes you just have to let some other things go for some time. And it's just I've gotten in a slump, and work's busy, and so I got to take what's rightfully making me money,
Right.
and because even though I'm monetized, it's never, ever, ever going to make enough money to pay my mortgage, my truck
Yeah,
payment,
yeah,
my
right.
electric bill, you know.
If that was the case, then everybody would be doing this, right? It's not the case.
No, Mike, she used to live in Florida. She moved out to California.
I think he wanted to know where she lived when she was in Florida.
Oh, oh, sorry to hear that, John. My brother died of cancer at the age of that.
Right,
That's really young.
way too young.
Yeah, okay, so I don't think a lot of you people know, but I have a Downs child. Okay, and when he was first born, he had a hole in his heart. At the
Hmm.
age of 2 weeks, he had open heart surgery at 2 weeks.
Right,
Now, this has a lot to do with John's brother being the age of 37. But I always tell people, if you're having ever think you're having a bad day, just travel one floor of a children's hospital
right,
and tell me how bad your day is. Just
right,
one floor at a children's hospital. I never knew. I never knew. We stayed there at Children's Hospital in a special room because he wasn't that old and he had open heart surgery. We got to stay in one of their suites right in the hospital,
right,
and I just never knew how many children at such a young age were sick. It
right.
broke my heart. It really,
Yeah,
really did. It was
yeah,
really hard to hold back tears going up and down an elevator. So, but
yeah.
anyways,
We didn't. We our my oldest boy. We had to take him. We were at about, I don't know, 20 to 30 children's hospitals all on the East Coast, and
yep,
nobody could figure it out. And then a local doctor nearby, within 20 miles, figured out the problem, and then that took care of it.
yeah.
But
Trackside Mike,
going through the hospitals is unbelievable. What you see.
yeah, Trackside Mike. She lived in the Panhandle. She lived in, I believe that's Tallahassee.
Tallahassee, yeah,
Yeah, that's in the Panhandle. That's where she lived.
yeah, that's a big city there. All the other
Yeah.
ones are
So,
smaller.
and she said it was pretty bad there. So I don't. I mean, I can't judge, but I'm out in California, and I can tell you, it is not
It's not a
middle class.
picnic.
Yeah, it's not middle class friendly, and it's with the new laws that they're trying to push on people with the new Green Deal and everything. I don't think anybody's going to be driving motor cars in the next 5 years, 10 years. You're not
That's
going
what
to
they're
be able to
trying to
drive
do.
a. Yeah, I mean, how are you going to make deliveries? I mean, they don't even have the infrastructure for it.
Right. Everybody's going to
No,
have to buy real long extension cords, I guess.
no, not in Fort Lauderdale. No, no, she was really close to the border. So,
Yeah.
hey,
Hey,
Tammy.
Tammy,
Hello,
how you
Ray.
doing? How you doing, Ray? Oh,
Yeah, I had
Floyd.
um, I had an iconic dinner tonight. In and Out.
In and out.
Yep,
Did you see what's his name? Oh, he made an In and Out building.
that'd be cool.
He, yeah, he had an In and Out building. I think it's FL Dog something. Oh, I can't
Really,
remember.
George from
Yeah,
FL
George.
Road.
George. Yeah, he makes buildings and he sells them. And the
Right.
one was In and Out was called.
Really?
Yeah, you should check out his. Yeah, George. That's right, John. Thanks. Um, he made you check out his channel and you'll see the In and Out building he made.
Yeah, no,
It's
I
really
I
neat.
know George really well. George and I chat every once in a while on the phone, or
Uh-huh.
George and I will text each other. But I haven't been seeing much come out of his channel lately. So, yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I just saw that the other day. I watched it. I said that's a pretty nice looking building. He makes does some nice work. I don't know if he 3D prints that stuff or he has injection molding or whatever. I don't know how he does it, but he gets the parts and puts them together and sells them.
yeah, Alfonso. I don't. I saw your a comment there. I don't even know who James Hodge is.
A white cane. Hmm. Probably just some schmuck. Well, you can 3D print guns if you wanted to. Parts are out there. Anybody can make anything you want,
This is true.
right?
This is true.
Whether you use it or not, that's a different story.
Oh, that's funny. I just remembered. About a year and a half ago, we had a part for one of our New Holland balers, a hundred
Right.
100-pound hay baler, and we actually found a guy who would print or make a part because they don't make them anymore, but he made it out of hard plastic. And if I
Hmm.
remember correctly, he 3D printed that part.
Right.
That just came to my head. So there you go.
Yeah. Yeah. You can do a lot of different things if you have the right printer and the right kind of material. Yeah.
Oh, okay, Alfonso. Oh, okay.
He's a 60-year-old veteran from Florida. His case got national attention.
Okay.
Um,
You know what, Alfonso? I'll look that up.
yeah. I don't watch the news, so
Yeah,
I
neither
wouldn't
do I.
know.
Yeah, I don't watch the news either.
I don't have
Um,
time to watch the news.
but what I do watch is YouTube guys, real people
Yeah.
who say who are reporting on real stuff, and they're not,
Right.
you know, no one's
Exactly.
paying them to say it, so yeah, this is so true.
That's right, Mike.
Yeah, so I'm sure I'm like a lot of guys in there, a lot of people. I'm just speaking for myself, but yeah, I've got 4.5 days off. Yeah, today was spent fixing shower
Faucet.
heads. So
Yeah.
um, tomorrow's Thanksgiving, so that's all family stuff. So I have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So hopefully I'll be able to get in the garage and do some stuff. I don't know.
Unless the missus has some other ideas.
Yeah, she always has something. Yeah, always has something.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been off all week. We get Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday off at work, and then I took Monday and Tuesday off, so I'd have the whole week off.
Oh, okay. Yeah, see, my wife, she's a teacher, so she's been off all this week.
Yeah. Yeah. Some schools get out, others don't.
It's funny you said that, Possum or Rusty. You know what? Sometimes I'll be on the couch and I'll watch the live stream on my big TV, but I'll use my phone to chat if I want to chat. It's the
Right.
funniest thing. Why look at a small little picture
Yeah.
when I can
Right.
look at it, you know?
Big.
Um,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. I started watching the YouTube on my big screen TV, but then I couldn't chat, and I says, "What good is it?" I said they should have it because you can hit the numbers and stuff on the remote control to enter the characters on the screen like you used to do when you had the flip phones. Remember when you wanted to type a text message, you had to hit 4 to get whatever letter it was and all that kind of stuff. So they can still do that. I don't know why they don't allow the people on TV to put comments. You can hit the like button. That's about it on the TV.
Rusty says that's what I'm doing now, Daryl. Yeah. I do it all the time. Now everybody knows my secret,
Yeah.
but sometimes I don't have all the time. And, I'm on the West Coast like Lynn McCurdy. So, I mean, I think Lynn McCurdy, he's retired. I'm not retired. So I can't hit all the live streams. And usually the live streams at my time at 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock, I'm just getting home. Sometimes I'm
Right.
late. And that's the same
Right.
thing with my Wednesday, even though it's once a month, it's really hard for me to sometimes even do it because, I got to finish my job. So
Right. Right. You could be working until 6 or 7 o'clock at night. You don't know.
absolutely. Yeah, I work in the dark
Right.
because during the summertime, when the time changes, I'm working in the dark.
Right.
I'm
Yeah. Well,
working
I
in the
go to
dark.
work in the morning, it's dark, and I come home at night, it's dark. So this time of the
Right.
year, it's dark both ways. So,
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And like I
I,
said, I was able to join, I mentioned it to you, Thomas, and I was able to join tonight, and because I knew I was going to be home, but then I was slapped with, okay, the water problem, that, and then we had to get something to eat. And then, Jason went up, Jason the Train Freak went up live, and just before
Yeah,
5
he went
o'clock,
up earlier.
I told Jason, hey, bud, I'm gonna go support Thomas for Cab Crew. So
Yeah, well, you never know what you're going to run into when you walk in your home. You just don't know.
Magnum PI mustache.
Magnum PI, yeah. Thomas Magnum. Yeah. Wow, meat for a year. Wow, after Sasquatch season. Huh?
Yeah, I do. I need to I need to shave it, but my wife likes it. She likes how it
Yeah,
feels too. She likes how it feels too.
I just shaved yesterday. I didn't. I was off for like 4 or 5 days already, and I was getting real scraggly looking. I said, I got to shave.
No, my wife says it's not quite. It's to her, it's not porn. It's more the Magnum PI guy. But
Yeah.
you're right. Yeah. Yeah. So,
No.
in any case,
You used to have a full beard a long time ago.
I don't think I've ever seen you with a beard, Thomas.
No, never. You wouldn't have, because I've been clean shaven like this for 30 years now.
Oh, okay. Clean shaven man.
Yeah. Well, I had a full head of hair. I had a full beard. And one day I was trimming it. My Labrador jumped up on me when I had the razor there, and it just went zip. And I said, that's it, all coming off. And then I just shaved everything off that day.
Yeah, I can tell you, most of the women I've ever been with, they like dirty men. I don't care what women say, but women, they like dirty guys.
Yeah.
So I fit that profile as a dirty man. I mean, I take a shower and everything. Don't let it go out of context. But most of the women that I've been with, they're not into. Sorry, Thomas, they're not into clean shaven men.
Nope. That's all right. That's how I keep them away.
Yeah, I mean, I would prefer to keep everything clean, but.
Yep. It's too much work to keep it trimmed and all that stuff. I just said, nah, it's easier to shave it off.
Right, Floyd. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Floyd. There you go. That's the word I was looking for, scruffy. Now, a year ago when I had the large beard, she liked that. The funniest thing is though, people are very stereotypical, very, and every time I would meet somebody, they would shake my hand. They go, "Hey, brother, what kind of ride do you own?" And I laughed and I said, "I own a Scale Trains. That's my ride." And they look at me and they laugh and they go, "What the hell's a Scale Trains?"
Right.
And I go, "It's a Model HO Scale Train." And they look at me and they go, "Did you just say model trains?" And I said, "Yeah." It brings a whole different conversation up. But because I was wearing that look, I look like a biker, a hardcore biker. So it now, Heath, I would give super chats galore if I saw you riding a tricycle in your room.
I want to know if you could even ride one.
Oh, I definitely would be there, Heath.
Philip or Chase or Willie.
But no, you know what? It felt good last week to go up for the first time in, gosh, many months for Cab Crew. And the video that I just put out, no, it's not a new video. It's my garage is trashed of dust, and I just took an old video and remastered it. So to my surprise, I mean it's doing okay, but everybody goes, "Hey, D-Rail's back." Am I back? I'm not sure.
Well, you put up a video, doesn't matter what the content of the video
Well,
is, you
this is
put up
true.
a video, right?
I think that's a John Wick moment. Are you back?
Yeah.
Tammy, a pink tricycle.
Tammy says a pink
tricycle.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Well, of course it'd be a pink one.
So
I don't know.
Oh, Rusty, with tassels on. Well, a tricycle doesn't have handlebars.
Yes, it does.
Oh yeah, you know what? Yeah, you know what, Mike? You know what? You're right. And in my older
the front
videos,
wheel is one wheel, and then you got two wheels on the back. That's a tricycle, right? And you have the handlebars there, and you turn the front wheel to make the thing go left or right. Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what though?
Hey,
I kind of
Chris,
miss
how
that
you doing?
screeching because it almost sounds like it doesn't, but it almost sounds like the real train screeching, which everybody's trying to capture. So most of my trains now are all lubed with the CR-226. So just like I use on my track. You know, so I'm gonna try to get my double main running this weekend. That's my goal. As far as cleaning anything else up, I don't know, but I'm gonna try to get my double main running again. I mean, I run trains in my office. Because I have that 10x10 layout in my office, and I run trains every day. I mean, when I go in my office, I turn the trains on, and just to hear them run is very satisfying. I can't come home and do that because this is it's almost considered a linear layout. It's huge. It's big. It's a big layout. I've got a lot of scenery on here.
Takes me a week to clean mine from top to bottom.
So
yeah, because you have to take things off, and dust them and stuff like that. It's you know, if there was a device that I saw a long time ago that was supposed to suck the dust out of the air, and I should have bought it when I saw it, because that's what I would put in there, so there won't be no dust. But with the dog, you know, the dog hairs go everywhere and everything. So
yeah. Well, hey, I know Heath is going to be going live here pretty quick, so I'm going to jump off.
Okay. Yeah, I usually go an hour because I respect Heath's time frame. You know, I don't have to be on here for 10 hours a night. You know, I just just to say hello to everybody and see how everybody's doing.
And like I said earlier in Jason's stream, we're the warm-up crew for at Blame Heath. So I hope you appreciate that, brother. Keith from Humanity Junction's going live now. So, hey, everybody have a great Thanksgiving. Be safe. And jump on over to Heath's live stream. If you don't know who he is, he's right there on the screen. Human City Junction. He's going to be live in just a minute or two. Heath does some really cool stuff over there on his live stream, and you'll enjoy it. So everybody, everybody have a great evening and have a safe weekend.
Yes, enjoy your Thanksgiving, and everybody be safe when they're driving if they have to go anywhere. We'll see you all very soon. Everybody take care. Have a good one, Darryl.
Good night, everybody.
I'm going to end the stream now. End the